Hello, everybody. Welcome back. This is Jonathan Gardner. So last episode, I was going to set up, I was going to set up these guys, but I wanted to do it a little differently. I want to do the coal. I want to do coal liquefaction. So let's switch these out to coal liquefaction. And doing the calculations, it says, I believe, it says that I need how many? The reason why is I don't like setting up the pump jacks. It's just annoying. It's annoying to set them up. And so it says I need 23 of these guys. So I have, I believe, 15. That's just 8 more of these guys. 7 more. 70 more gears. That's more than 70. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now we need 2 more. So 20 more electronic circuits. 7, 8. All right, there we go. Oh, it's going to make some. I don't want to do that. So that's 3. It goes down to 2, so I need to make 1 more. All right, there we go. That should be 22. Now, the coal liquefaction is kind of different. It requires heavy oil to produce heavy oil. It takes 25, it produces 35. So you have to make sure you have the requirements for heavy oil. It also takes steam. Steam takes power, so you're going to need some extra power there. It can come from, I think you can get it from, no, it's the regular steam. It's not the nuclear steam. Let me see if I can find the nuclear steam here. Centrifuge, no, this one. Nuclear reactor, where is it that produces steam? Heat exchanger produces steam? No, heat pipe? I don't know. I'll just ignore it for now. All right, we have 8 more of these already, so let's set it up. This is epic. This is cool. I like this. I just like the idea of big scale things. I was thinking, you know, with this kind of out of the way, what we can focus on next. Am I even collecting pipes? I don't think I am collecting pipes. I'm going to need tons of underground pipes. I know this. But the, whatchamacallit? So, yeah, so let's say I wanted to go 10 times or 100 times the scale. I'll pick that up. That can stay in my pocket. I'll use it eventually. 10 times or 100 times, right? What would that look like? What would it look like to go 10 or 100 times? Would I just have 10 or 100 factories next to each other, each with their own set of pipes and belts? That's one way to do it. But obviously, I'm going to be using a different method. I'll be using productivity module 3s. I'll be using the... what are they called? The third tier of, I need more pipes. You can make 12. I need to pick some up. The pipes are only used for engines, and I don't want gears. And this gives me like almost 200. Almost 200. Good. So what would that look like? How would a factory... I probably use not the productivity modules, but I'd be using speed modules as well to the maximum. And I've seen some pretty crazy factories out there where people surround their stuff with as many speed modules as they can. I imagine they have practically infinite energy generation because they're using nuclear, or maybe it's these fantastically huge solar arrays, probably nuclear. Solar arrays, I think you get so much bang for the buck out of nuclear that even if it is a little bit of the FPS drain, it kind of doesn't matter. Let's see if we can do all these while I talk. So we'll see about that, if, you know, building a huge nuclear thing is available, or if I should just go out and just invest tons into solar, like just take like entire, like half the map, like everything to the south is all solar, and then setting up these huge solar arrays. That's one way to do it as well. But you need massive power generation if you're going to go the beacons with the speed module 3s in them. But you can expand the factory significantly, and you can get to the point where, you know, for some processes, all the belts in the world won't be enough for even one factory. So, and at that point, you have to think about how you're going to transport stuff, and there's like a limit. It's like, I think like things like circuits and stuff like that, you just can't get enough stuff in there fast enough. You can like only build like 2 or 3 levels deep before the blue belt is completely saturated. So that's that for that. Let's do this next side. I don't know if I have enough. So 1, 2, 3. Now, if I'm going to make this work, I have to keep enough heavy oil around to keep the process alive. And so either I'm going to probably just keep, like when the storage tank of heavy oil reaches a certain point, then I'll start cracking the heavy oil. But until then, I won't be cracking the heavy oil. Now I'll check in to see how many I need to make everything balance and be right. We shall see. I need to make lubricant as well. So I need to make sure that I'm not cracking too much. Maybe when I load up with lubricant and with heavy oil, then I'll start cracking the heavy oil. Don't go there, please. Boy, okay, now that I'm doing yellow science, I can absolutely get the blue chest. That's what I really want. That's what I really want. What am I doing wasting my time here? This is the thing that I really want. Let's start focusing on that. I press Qing. I want to press Q, not E there. All right, we'll wire are these guys up together. And then we'll start bringing down some more coal. I think I didn't really check it out, but I believe there's a good deposit of coal to the north, along with the iron.
Thou hast been nined.
What, is it dinner time already?
No, it's 9.
There's some coal up here.
It's Germanian.
18,000.
What kind?
942,000. And there's some over here. 4.3 million. Now that's a pretty significant coal patch there.
Stupid.
There's a coal patch down here. Not very significant. This one is 2.5 million. It's pretty good. But yeah, we'll have to feed. Oh, there's definitely some good coal over there. Probably we'll tap into that. That iron we could tap into at some point as well. Definitely tap into that coal. Maybe even start setting up trains. What do you think about that? Yeah, trains. I think I want to get the chests working so I can set up my my mall and start building the productivity modules. More importantly, I should get my power suit. I should get my power suit all set up. But that requires the productivity modules, doesn't it? The level 3 modules, I mean. Come on. Yeah. There we go. I'm just clicking the button as many times as I can, hoping I click it in the right spot. Being my loud mouse. Last one, and we'll just leave it open like this because I always forget to go through and fix it when I go to expand it. Okay, power pulse. Hopefully I have enough. 35 should be enough. Definitely should be enough. Now, I'll put some lights down just for completeness sake. Trains. Should I build trains to do the coal? It says how much coal do I need total? Petroleum gas from coal liquefaction. That's 5,400. So if I can figure out how much coal that requires. So this guy makes 20. So 5,400 divided by 20. 5400 divided by 20. That says 270, and then it requires how much coal? 10 coal, so times 10. That's 2,700 coal, and if my numbers are correct, that's basically a belt and a half, a blue belt and a half of coal that has to come down. So that is significant. So he'll be getting, it takes 5 seconds to load 10 items in. Probably we'll have to bring it down like this. Let's stand on this and go quicker. Yay, I'm going faster. Yeah, I should focus on building my suit next. I think maybe this episode, see if we can get it out and done. So how do I get it from here to there? Long inserters won't do it. If I was... Oh, shoot, I messed it up, didn't I? I should have thought about that from the beginning. Because here's the thing. If I have a long inserter here, then the belt would have to be here. Yeah. So I messed that up. All right, let's tear this up. Let's tear it all up again. Should probably figure out how much steam as well. How many steam things we need. Because that might be an issue. Like, is it a 1-to-1 ratio of steam? Yeah, I should probably figure this out before I go too far. So, each one requires, every 5 seconds, it requires 50 steam. And the boilers, if I can find them, there they are. The boiler, well, this doesn't tell me anything about how much energy consumption. 3.6 megawatts. Efficiency is 50%. So I don't know how many steam pumps I need, how many boilers I need. And maybe I kind of jumped the gun here, but let's take the steam, one of these boilers, right? So he's going to take water in, output. So we have, first of all, a belt coming down here, right? This is going to pick up and deposit the coal into the system. Then we're going to also use the coal to, well, there is, if I had this thing here, right? Watch this. If I had it like this, maybe like this, right? And what will happen is this inserter will pick up from here, and then I have a belt coming down here and then inserting, I don't know. That seems rather strange. What if I had like this? Okay. Then we had inserters. Now I just need to get the coal in there. I need to think about this some more. Let's start it from the very beginning. From the very beginning. Okay. Now we have heavy oil, and we have steam coming in here. The steam can come from a boiler, which can be offset like this. Okay. And this guy, obviously, we're going to have it go like this. That's going to be water. And so this has to combine like that. Heavy oil. One belt of coal. And then let's kind of duplicate to see what happens in terms of spacing between the units. So what I'm interested in is the question is this going to... No, X shift 4. Okay. Is this going to prevent me from bringing in more coal? Like, can I have another belt of coal coming in? I think the answer is yes, you can do that. There's plenty of room. Like, I can sneak something in this way. You know, I can come down here and snake it in. I could even just, you know, have stuff go underground. This is I can just go around this. And there's, what, 3 spaces here? Let me see how many spaces there are. Yeah, 3 spaces. So that's plenty of room. There's plenty of room. Can the steam connect? Like, if the ratio is like 1 to 2, I don't think this is a waste. I really don't think this is a waste to have a 1-to-1 ratio. I really don't think that's going to be a problem. So how many of these do I have? I have 20. I have plenty. So let's go ahead and plug this all down. Let's go ahead and clear out all the mess that I made. Let's go with this design. You know what? Actually, let's not. Let's just get this running first. And then what we will do is after I'm happy with the way it's running, then we will talk about duplicating it 22 times, right? We'll just get it running first. Okay, there we go. So I'm going to go up here to the coal line. I think at this point I'll branch out, if I can. Branch out to the right? No, I'll just have a separate line coming in. And we'll just have it coming down straight here. All right, we're going to go up to the top. This is going to be our coal. Almost there. And I think this is about the top, right about here. Okay. So at this point, yeah. And I'm going to put blue belts in just because I know I'm going to be using blue belts eventually when I get more coal down here. But this is now just proof of concept. This is proof of concept stuff. That's all we're doing. Logistics system is finished. Hallelujah. Let's increase lab research speed. Make those labs work a little faster. Okay. Now the other thing too is we need this heavy oil to prime the pump, so to speak. So I'm going to pipe in some heavy oil. So these guys should pick it up. We also need water. Water is important. So it looks like we have a bit of an issue here. We'll have to kind of move things around. That'll fit. Okay, that's fine. So we do have water coming in. And he is making steam. And it should be fast enough. I can't imagine having to have 2 to 1. That would be kind of a disaster. Next to the the lubricant, I'm going to bring in heavy oil. See if I can patch it through. I don't even know if I have heavy oil coming up this way. If not, I'll have to make a new pipe for it. Try to avoid the sulfuric acid. Ah, there's heavy oil right there. So have this come up. Uh-huh. And then we're going to have it go here. Or is that... Yeah, I need to do that. This is just going to be to prime the pump. We're going to have the heavy oil output feed itself. So once I get some heavy oil... Okay, and then now... Okay. There. And then what I'm going to do now is take... I need some of these guys, iron plates. Okay, so let's build one of those for now. This will fill up. This guy only requires how much? It requires 35. We already have 144 in there. So we could technically, we should be able to sever this connection. And then yeah. And then we can connect this up to, how many do we need to, so petroleum gas from light oil. We're going to have just 8 chemical plants doing that. And I want to kind of make another one of these guys. I don't want copper plates. Come on, get in the middle there. I don't want stone either. There we go. I think another one for, well, at some point you're...
Is that a police? I'm calling the weed.
What? All right. And this one we want to hook up there. Somehow, here if I had another tank. Okay, let's start working on my suit. I think it's time to work on my suit. No, I need to do a bunch of research to work on my suit, which means I need more. Okay, I think this design is good. I don't see a problem with it. This guy's working full time. He's getting plenty of steam. This guy is not working that hard. Yeah, it's just a couple pieces of coal. Okay, so we are good to go. I think this is good enough. And we just need this extra. Oh, this guy's actually not in the center, is he? I wonder if we can get away with one. I think we can get away with one like that. Yeah. And then some lights. Maybe lights on the other side. No, let's put lights here. Okay, so this guy's happy. Let's do this for that, for this one. Mm-hmm. We need lots of these guys, and I don't have nearly enough. And blue inserters. And it looks like this is the ideal setup. A good setup. Probably not the ideal setup, but a good setup. Okay, I'm going to have to set up the 8 chemical plants that do... Well, let's do this first. I imagine we can probably just drop down some more, whatever you want to call them. We can drop down some more tanks if we feel like we need the cracking early, right? Drop down the tanks and then build the cracking. And I was worried about running out of these underground pipes, but I don't think I need to worry about that. Obviously, I'm going to pick all these up and replace them. I think I need an extra pair. So I might run into problems eventually. Alright, and we're going to end right before the last... Oh, I need some more blue belts. That is an issue. one more of these. Just one. Okay, then we need to put pipes. Get the water coming down. I don't know how much water this uses, but maybe a lot. Water's easy to come by. I don't think I've ever had a water shortage. I did like the idea of building a what do you call it? There's a word for it. A water train. A train that carries water. Which was a real thing because they needed water for the steam engines of the trains back in the day. So they'd set up water tanks, and I think they had trains that would deliver to the water tanks. I could be wrong. Maybe they just relied on pumps and stuff like that, windmills to fill the tanks with water from the local groundwater. But I believe that not all of them had water available, so they had to transport water to the tanks so that the steam engines could refill their water. So I am no expert in this area, obviously, but it's something that I think is true. I know that they did have things on the tracks where you can like move a spout over your engine and dump water into it. So I know that. They also did something similar for mail, so you can drop off the mail without stopping and pick up the mail. Fairly ingenious what our forefathers used to do. It's interesting because rail is one of those things that obviously it doesn't seem as useful as building highways or airplanes and stuff like that, but in the end it's very cost effective, you know, if you do it right, if you plan things out properly in real life, you know. You just have to do it right. Okay, I'm out of underground pipes now. I can probably make some more. Let's make 20 more. Okay, meanwhile, I'm going to go get some underground pipes. I'm going to go get some blue belts and some chemical plants. That should be good. I see the research is progressing. I'm going to grab all... Oh, I should grab all this research and transport it over there. I should. Let's see, is 10 going to be enough? It says I need 8 petroleum gas from light oil. I've already got the 6 plastic bars and 1 sulfuric acid. And it says I also need 3 light oil from heavy oil, and then 1 for lubricant. So I'm just going to grab several more. Let's get the underground pipes. Do I need some of these things? I think I do. And blue belts. Blue belts over here. Yeah, I should transport all of that science over. Blue belts. Yeah, there's no way I can. I want to use that Roboport. I need the chests, though. This is beginning to look like a fun little factory, don't you think so? Smash like if you agree. I love how PewDiePie just doesn't... It's like he doesn't... He knows that it's annoying to hear that subscribe, like, you know, click the bell and stuff like that. But he says it anyway, and he says it so cool. Like he's being sarcastic about it, you know. So I think that's pretty cool about what PewDiePie does that way. He's not shy about asking for money, you know. So yeah, we're gonna run out of coal. It's gonna be a problem. He is not shy. He was talking about in his latest video, and you can see how far behind I am. You're going to see this about a week later, but he was talking about in his video about what it was like to try to monetize your gameplay footage, you know, and you'd have all these subscribers and you'd have all these views, but you know, unless you signed up for one of these guys that would, you know, help monetize your channel, you couldn't get money from YouTube, and it was really frustrating. And like, he was one of the biggest gaming YouTubers, and he knew that he was getting screwed on his deal, and so he started like thinking of making his own, you know, his own thing so that people could make more money. And that's when YouTube basically opened up the platform for everyone so they could all make money. And he said that at that point, basically, that business model went away, where you just couldn't make money trying to monetize other people's content on YouTube. And people thought YouTube was great for that. But really, if you think about it, what YouTube was doing was they were allowing these people to take advantage of people, right? And so people thought, oh, thank you for freeing us. Well, you were in slavery because of the way YouTube worked in the first place, right? This should all be turned on by now. No, it shouldn't be, because I didn't hook up all the pipes. I got to hook up all the pipes and all the inserters. There, now we have... Oh, and the power cables. Obviously, power poles. Wow, you got to do power poles too, right? All right, we have definitely a coal shortage, which is going to affect our plastic production and maybe even our smelting operation. So we're going to have to go back and fix that. I wonder if YouTube is going to continue being like the platform for video games, or if Twitch, like, I'm increasingly thinking maybe I need to move to Twitch. Maybe I should spend all my time playing games on Twitch. It's kind of more my style. I don't really like the live interaction of it. Like when I play games, it's really distracting for me to you know, hear people like comment, or you know, have people say things in the chat that I don't like. You know, I want to maintain a kid-friendly channel. You know what I mean? So I can't sit there moderating comments. Obviously, I could, you know, have some devoted followers and fans that could do all that work for me, and maybe even there's some way to help them get paid for, you know, because that is work. Editing videos is work. All that stuff is work. People deserve to get paid for doing work that benefits, you know, creates value, things like that. So I think we're actually good. We're just short on coal now. So at this point, I think it's more important that I open up my coal. And what I'm going to do is build myself. I need some mining drills, don't I? I don't have mining drills. I can steal some. I could probably make some. Or I can just go back to town and get some mining drills. Let's get those mining drills. What are we short on? We're short on yellow science, obviously. I'm going to go grab all the yellow science we have. Do I have plenty of power poles? I don't need furnaces. I do need mining drills. I think I calculated, I went over to coal, see how many mining drills I need for coal. It says I need 105. I can't grab any more. What can I get rid of? I think I can make some more of this, but that doesn't really get rid of everything. Okay, what do you want? I'll take some gears. There we go, that's 200. Okay, that should be more than enough. And I could grab the yellow science and bring it over. I think I shall. I shut it down, right? Please tell me I shut it down. Let's see, there's more than 50 here, isn't there? Wait, this is stacks of 100? Huh? Stacks of 200? $130, 640. That's pretty decent. I didn't realize I had so much yellow science up there. So lab research speed takes 500. So this is 1/5 basically, 1/4 maybe of all the stuff that's needed. I'm just holding Z down, pointing at the top side of that belt. There we go. That's all that I had. Looks like everybody's busy now. I'm helping. Let's get rid of this iron ore. Every once in a while... Oh, we're out of power. Yeah, we have problems with power. Okay, it's time to do some more power. Well, let's go fix the power situation. That's the most important thing. When power goes, everything else falls apart. Let's go fix our power situation. But first, let me make sure it's not because we're short on coal. Okay, it's not because we're short on coal. It's because... What? The coal isn't making it to the end of the line? Really? I've never seen this before. So we have the coal coming up, but it just can't pick it up fast enough. Look at this. It's not getting to the end of the line. And I maybe I can turn that into a red belt. At least in the beginning part. But I don't know if those burner inserters can pick up from red belts. I don't know. Don't know. I want red belts. I have to make them, don't I? Let's put the blue belts back. I don't need these for now. So red belt is going to require yellow belts and a whole bunch of gears. So let's just grab 100 of these and then we'll just grab all the gears in the world. I'll make 18 red belts. That might be enough. Probably not actually. Let's grab some more gears. Just stop making gears for now. I don't want to. Okay, let's think about my power armor level 2. That's right. So I do need to get that level 3 speed module. Let's start that. Or continue that rather. We've already put some work into it. So what I'm going to do is take these red belts and see if that's too much. If these guys can still pick up.
You're free to nars. It's dinner time.
Is it dinner time? All right, I'll be down there very soon. It looks like they have a little bit of a problem.
Today.
Are they picking up 2?
$15 million.
Let's see, 6, 5, 4, 6. So they're picking up 2. Okay, so it's not that they're missing it. It's just that they're picking up 2. And it is making it to the end of the line. So we just needed a little bit greater throughput. And we can probably, let's see, probably 50% of the way down. So 10, so 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So probably just one more red belt is all I need to ensure that we're getting enough coal. It's not quite enough coal now. Oh, wait, we have a production problem. We have a production problem because we have a yellow underground belt here. We need a red one. And that would require 40 iron gears. These belts are much more expensive than you realize. 40 iron gears. I don't want copper. Okay. Let's make one set. It makes two of them. Yeah, so one set. And we're going to take and replace this yellow underground belt with a red one and see if that helps a little bit more. Yeah, we're getting a thick, full red belt now. Let's see how the power's doing. Still not quite enough power. I think this should make it to the end of the line. We'll probably still overpower, just slightly. Right? Alright, everybody's on now. And we're just about maximum power. I need to set up another array just like this, which means I need another red belt of coal. Coming up here. I can use blue and then switch to red. But I need to wrap up this episode. So I'm gonna... Yeah, look at this. Now they're completely saturated. So it's just a little bit more than a yellow belt can handle when these guys are actually running at full capacity. Alright guys, thanks for watching. We'll continue next time. Take care, and bye-bye.